I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story about Alex Pereira sounds off on a washed up Anthony Smith, those are his words, for bashing other fighters. He says that Anthony Smith has never amounted to anything. Damn. Alex Pereira has caught wind of some comments made by Anthony Smith. Smith expressed his belief that Alex Pereira is not as intimidating in the light heavyweight and UFC light heavyweight division as he was in the UFC middleweight division. Smith is known for being vocal about his takes while insisting he never intends to be, quote, disrespectful. Okay, let me see. Alex Pereira goes off on Anthony Smith. Regardless of Smith's intention, Alex Pereira does not appreciate Anthony Smith's takes about him. The former UFC middleweight champion Alex Pereira took to his YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to Alex Pereira's YouTube channel and hit the thumbs up button. Of course, this is what Alex Pereira says about Anthony Smith. I always see Anthony Smith talking, especially about me. I don't know what he has against me. He relishes bashing other athletes because he has no clue what they go through. Really? That's interesting that he said that. He has to give his 2 cents because he loves being in the spotlight, Pereira stated. No one talks about him. So that's funny. So he spouts off nonsense just to get some screen time. This may be a fact. That's an interesting quote that Pereira says. Pereira went on to say that he believes Anthony Smith has some jealousy over how quickly Pereira has garnered success in the UFC. This is what Pereira says again about Smith. This guy, Anthony Smith, is frustrated because I'm already making good money, going for another championship, entering another weight class, and all eyes are on me, and he's stuck in a rut. The only ones who speak bad about me are Anthony Smith types, washed up veterans who never amounted to anything. They are in a really tight spot, or they are still a nobody. Damn. Wow. Pereira figures to be in line for the next shot at the UFC light heavyweight championship. He won a split decision victory over Jan Blachowicz in the UFC 291 co-main event this past July. Many fans are expecting to see Alex Pereira fight Yuri Prochazka for the vacant UFC light heavyweight championship. Is that fight going to happen later this year? That would be awesome if they threw that fight on the December card, but who knows what's going on with Yuri. We haven't heard anything about Yuri. Just UFC hasn't said anything really. I want to say on the record, I'm going to put my personal opinion about Anthony Smith aside. I am an MMA casual, kind of old school, but I remember there was an interview John Jones was doing, and I don't know if, I think Anthony Smith was like when he first started doing like analyst stuff, but he was talking to John Jones more like a fighter than like an analyst. And John Jones like kind of called him out on the spot. He's like, are you talking to me like as a fighter, or are you trying to, like be an analyst? Don't use, Fox right now, to pump yourself up. Basically, right, to get over because you're like in the analyst position, right? Like if you want to be a fighter, then, talk to me as a fighter. But if you're going to be an analyst and you're sitting behind that desk, be a commentator, right? Don't use the desk to, to earn a fight and stuff like that. So John Jones really just kind of said what Pereira is saying is that, Smith kind of takes the route that, well, no one's really talking about him, so he'll talk about other people to get them to talk about him, basically. So I kind of agree with Pereira on that. But like I said, I'm going to take my personal opinion out of this. Everyone's doing podcasts now, so everyone has opinions about everybody's. So, obviously Anthony Smith is doing his thing on the Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisbee. So he gets asked questions about certain fighters and things like that. I just think that, kind of in the respect of like Draymond Green, right? Like if you're in the business, there's certain things you shouldn't be doing as a player compared to when you're an analyst, right? Like if you're going to be an analyst, do the commentator thing. Don't put like your personal opinion in there. You gotta talk real talk from the analyst perspective. You can't be like an analyst in a light heavyweight division and then try to ask John Jones questions and, downplay it because you want to fight him, or talk crazy about Alex Pereira because you're ranked lower than Pereira, and not give him his flowers. If you're gonna be a fighter, then just be a fighter, right? Like, that's cool. You could just talk crazy. But if you're trying to, sit in the analyst position and down, people who are doing well because the fighter part of you wants to be ranked higher than them or try to get a fight with them, then the fighters look at you kind of corny. It's just like, that's mad corny, right? But let me know your opinion of this story. I'm Jason, UFC. Today we had a story about Alex Pereira. Sounds off on a, quote, washed up Anthony Smith, his words, for bashing other fighters, saying that Anthony Smith has never amounted to anything. Damn. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.